Hey Nash, what should we make?
I'm feeling something Asian, but I'm kind of sick of broccoli. How about some pepper steak?
All right, let's make some pepper steak. Today, we're making pepper steak. Another kind of Chinese-inspired dish. It's gonna be kind of similar, not exactly, but to like beef and broccoli. But hey, if you're not a fan of broccoli, but you like peppers, then this is the dish for you. So hey, it's gonna be simple. It's gonna come together in like 15 minutes. This is a quick recipe, delicious recipe that you can make however many servings you want. So feed yourself, feed your family on those nights when you don't have a lot of time. But hey, without further ado, let's go. All right, so the first thing we wanna do is we got our steak. So a flank steak, skirt steak would be best. I think flank steak is what you're supposed to use. This is a flap steak, so it's similar. It's not quite as good, but it's all I could find at like 3 different stores. So we want to cut some strips against the grain. So the grain goes this way, but I don't want to cut strips like this long. So I'm just going to cut like this. And then take this piece that's kind of like, these are the strips I want. So this is the grain, so I'm just cutting against it. This step is optional, but here we have our meat. If you want your meat to be extra tender, we're gonna do our little velveting technique. So take about a 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 cup of water. And this is just gonna make the meat like super extra tender. So if you're dealing with a tougher cut, just kind of massage that in. It's just gonna make it extra tender, extra moist, and I promise you won't taste the baking soda. And then once you kind of massaged all that in, then we set this guy aside. Then we got our bell peppers. It calls for 1 red, 1 green. I don't like green bell peppers, so I got a yellow, an orange, and a red. It might be too much, but whatever. So let me just cut these into strips, similar to what we did with our steak. So there's our red and our yellow. I'm gonna skip the orange because I think this will be enough for how much we're making. So set this aside. Next thing we do is make our sauce. About a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, about a 1/4 cup of water, about a 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. I use brown, 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. For a little extra spice and flavor, I'm gonna add a little bit of gochujang. And then we whisk this all together. And just for good measure, a little bit of Madison Square Garden. Set that aside. On medium-high heat, we throw our peppers in with a little bit of avocado oil. After a few minutes, when the peppers are just starting to get nice and tender, you kind of pull them and put them on a plate. We increase the heat to high, put a little bit more oil in there, and we toss in our steak. Just as the steak's starting to get lightly browned, we go in with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a few cloves of crushed or minced garlic, and some grated ginger. Get that all incorporated. And we put our peppers back in the pan. Then we pour in our sauce. Bring that up to a simmer. And then we let it simmer for a few minutes until the sauce is thickened. And once your sauce is thickened, so you can drag a spoon or something across and it doesn't fill in, then just make sure and give it another toss, and then we're ready to serve. So there, we just put our beef and peppers over a little bit of white rice, top it with some toasted sesame seeds. And there we have our pepper beef. Time for a bite. Cheers. It's savory, it's peppery, just a hint of sweetness, just a hint of spice, and like gochujang. The meat is super tender. Everything is sauced perfectly. The peppers are tender, but not like mushy. So kind of that perfect consistency. It's really good, super easy to make, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. But hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, look what we got for you. We got a little bit of this pepper beef that you wanted. Here you go. What do you think?
Oh wow, that is delicious. Simple, elegant, and packed with flavor.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
In honor of the recent election, I'll say, politics makes strange bedfellows.
Nash approves. I approve. Great dish, easy to make, cheap. Everyone would probably love it. So 10 out of 10, like I said, highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to like, share, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Help us out. If you want notifications every time we drop a new video, go ahead and hit that notification bell. If there's anything you want me to cook, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that in the comments or head over to our website, timschaoskitchen.com. Send us a message there. And hey, just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Till next time, peace.